and now he's created an issue for himself. How serious do you think it is?
Look, I think he handled the situation poorly. But I think there's a deeper issue here, and that is that Donald Trump is standing up for working men and women when it comes to making sure that we're not bringing people into this country in large enough numbers to undermine the low-skilled workers that we have in this country who are as Nina will talk about, are struggling right now, are not seeing their wages going up and their quality of life increasing. And so if Trump continues to hit on those themes, which he does, he doesn't stay on them as well as he should, but if he continues to stay on those themes with respect to immigration, and that's the focal point of his immigration policy, I think he's going to be fine.
But here's the rub. One, we see in the polls that he's not, because you got over 60% of Americans. Remember, you can't just hide in the base in the midterms. He's got to widen that tent if he can. 60%, Nina, are saying, we don't like what happened down there. And you have a two-prong argument coming back at him. One is, this isn't true about the low-skilled workers. These people coming across, they're not taking your jobs. That's not your problem. But we are taking their kids, and that is a problem for you. Is that a tough sell? Is it a good play for Democrats to play on this issue?
I mean, just to hear the little girl, I call them babies. I mean, that's exactly what they are. They're young children. And just even today, mothers are writing letters, to their children. We're traumatizing children in America in the 21st century. Now, and that should not be the case. The president, as you were talking to Scaramucci, the president started this. He should be ashamed of himself, but he's not. This is about a moral imperative in this country that this president is failing. And so whether it's to abolish ICE, my concern is that we need to abolish President Trump at the ballot box starting this year, next year, and headed into 2020.
You said the A word. Are you about abolishing ICE, Nina? I just want to get you on record. Do you like that play by the Democrats, abolish ICE?
I know why people are saying abolish ICE, but my concern is with this president, he will just replace that function with something else. We need to be about abolishing the Trump administration at the ballot box starting this year with the midterm elections into next year and into 2020.
But are you worried that you're bailing him out? You've got him in a bad place on immigration. He screwed up. He did something that is inhumane and indecent, and people are calling him out for it, of all kinds of political stripes, except for one concentrated aspect of his base. Then, since Roseanne Barr said what she said, only to be followed by Samantha Bee, who somehow wound up doubling down on dumb, have we seen the Democrats help Trump in a moment of need? Because abolish ICE plays right into, you're about open borders. You're not about law enforcement. You're about letting anybody come in here, even if they're killers and drug dealers. Why make this play?
Yeah, and that's not the case. I mean, we should stay focused. The first, second, third, fourth, and fifth position here should be about those children and reuniting those children with their parents, mothers, fathers, aunts, uncles, grandparents. That is the most compelling argument that the Democrats have. And that is what is tapping, I believe, into that poll that you showed. It's about what is happening to children and what do we stand for in the 21st century as Americans.
But that's why, hold on, Nina, I hear your case. Let's bounce it back to Rick. But that's why Trump is loving this abolish ICE stuff. That is creating a division within the Democratic Party. I am exaggerating for effect how resonant and deep it is within the party right now. But there are big names, Rick, who are coming out and saying maybe the most helpful thing to Donald Trump's ears.
I think what Nina is saying is de facto abolish this. I mean, what Nina is saying is anybody that comes over to this country who illegally and crosses the border and comes in with the child is going to be a catch and release program, which means that we have no borders. That's what you've said. But no, that's what you said.
I did not say that. Don't put words in my mouth, Senator, because I don't put words in your mouth. I never said that. What I am saying is that this country has a moral obligation not to catch and release.
Hold on, I can't hear anything. So, wait, if you didn't say it, Nina, then what is your position? If it's not catch and release, what are you saying so Rick can respond with accuracy? What is it?
I'd be happy.
Well, first of all, Chris, he has some nerve trying to put words in my mouth. He needs to listen to what I'm saying and make his point instead of trying
he's
to
listening
control
now. What do you got
what
for
I'm
him?
saying.
What's
this is the point, Nina. Is that this we should not be separating children from their parents. Keep them together. Let the process work, but keep them together. Stop traumatizing these children. That has nothing to do with, we definitely need to make sure that we keep criminals out, but your party keeps overland that every single person that's trying to get into this country is a criminal. It is about black and brown folks in this country that you guys continue to label as criminals. And we're sick of it. It's wrong.
So now you know, Rick.
So don't put words in my mouth.
You just put words in the Republican mouth, which is that somehow that has to do with race, and it has nothing to do with race.
It has
the
everything
integrity
to do
of our
with
borders. Well, I disagree with you, Nina. I'm someone who believes very strongly.
That's fine.
In a country has a right to have borders, and what you said is that children and their parents should be kept together. Well, as you know, there's a law that says you can only keep a child in detention with a family for 20 days. Now, the Democrats have not been willing to change that law. There are ample opportunities for the Democrats in the House and Senate to support an effort to do exactly what you want, but they're not. So you can say, well, we're not for open borders.
Congress off the hook.
But you guys aren't changing it either, Rick.
Off the hook.
Republicans aren't changing it. You control everything.
But we should.
But you're not. And why aren't you?
We don't control everything.
And haven't.
Hold on.
We don't control everything.
You control everything.
We don't control everything.
You control the House, you control the Senate, and you control the presidency.
And the presidency.
And now the Supreme Court. You control everything.
To do what the president's asked, which is to change that law, requires 60 votes in the United States Senate, which means 10 Democrats have to join Republicans. And right now, from what I understand, that isn't there to pass that kind of bill. The reality is that Republicans would love to fix this problem, and Democrats don't want to fix the problem because they believe they're great political advantage to keeping the problem as bad as it is.
All right, last word to you, Nina
Chris,
Turner.
it's a shame. It's really a shame that the Republicans control both houses of Congress and the presidency, and all of a sudden they want to make this the Democrats' problem. The president started this zero tolerance policy, and he can fix it. Well, and if he wants the Congress to fix it, he should be speaking up for that too. But what he's doing is wrong.
Not like this. Not by design.
And even if
they did it,
and not with any accommodation for their own success.
It's a matter of skill.
Two wrongs don't make a right.
Hold on. Scale matters when you're dealing with humanity. This isn't an abacus. We're not talking about bean counting. When you're going to arrest everybody and you don't have procedures, you don't have judges, and you don't have accommodations, you knew what you were doing. You did it anyway. That's his problem. We see it in the polls. We'll see where it leads. Rick Santorum, appreciate it. Nina Turner, as always, thank you. North Korea, no longer a threat. So relax. That's what President Trump told